Bill 76. Some of you would have seen the Dunn County News below the fold today. This is a bill that actually locks in the allowance of excessive withdrawals of water. It actually discourages any kind of environmental review of high-capacity wells. You can have a regular well, have it replaced with a high-capacity well. This law actually makes it illegal to challenge the capacity of that well or any other water problems in the neighborhood. So imagine that you're a dairy farm and you have a well. You know dairy cows, they have to make milk, they drink a lot of water. You used to be a dairy farmer, I know you know this. We have beef cattle. I've watched them suck down a nice pile of water every day. Those of you who garden need water, your children need water to drink. Somebody can move into your neighborhood, a corporation like Nestle from another country. Nestle's CEO says that human beings do not have a right to water. There is no right to water. They can sell you bottled water after they mess up your water. This bill is terrible. It's one of the worst bills I've ever heard about. And I'm really concerned for our state. Our state's industry rests on water. Who doesn't like beer in this room, right? So why would we allow a well to go in and actually have a law made so that that well can never be investigated, never be looked at for environmental problems or for pulling out too much water? We have areas in our state that creeks are running dry, springs are running dry. Agriculture is not possible without water. That's the basis of what we do here in Wisconsin. It's about food and fiber, agriculture, beer, cheese. These are all really good things. I urge you to read this article. It actually talks a little bit about that bill. And I'd like to hear how you're thinking about Senate Bill 76. You could explain your stance on why you might go for that.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. So that bill is actually introduced to address concerns in agriculture.
Yeah, but those are the concerns of agriculture that wants to put in giant capacity wells and drain a whole system. That's a whole different kind of agriculture.
The concern is that if you have a large livestock operation, if you have a crop operation where you're having large numbers of livestock, you have a high capacity well, or if you're irrigating cropland and you have a high capacity well, the issue that is trying to be addressed is that currently if you transfer your property to another person, i.e. your son or daughter, to carry on the farm operation, or if you have to repair the well, the law says that you have to get that permit renewed. And I think that, and you would understand this, if you've got a livestock operation, be it a dairy farm or whatever, if you're irrigating crops, you have to have some assurance that you're going to be able to continue to maintain that. Even if you decide to pass that on to your son and daughter, or if you are found having to repair it. That is what that is trying to get at.
I think we're talking about California here. So who gets rights to the water becomes a major issue. And I understand wanting to pass on your operation to your kids, but not at the expense of my neighbors, not at the expense of an entire region. And that's what this is saying. We're not even going to look at it. It says it's illegal. You're making it illegal to have an impact statement. That's crazy to me. What if you put in, I want to pass on my humongous dairy farm to my next generation, your argument. So my kids are going to benefit. I'm going to put in a gigantic high-capacity well. I'm going to pack in as many animals as I can get on 250 acres. I'm going to pull out millions and millions of water. I'm going to create all kinds of pollution. And all the neighborhood that's unhappy about that is not going to have a legal stance. They can't do anything about it. That's a terrible piece of legislation.
So it does not increase the capacity of the well. It's basically saying if you've got it there, you can continue to operate as you
It says a regular well can be replaced with a high-capacity well, and no questions can be asked. That doesn't seem right to me. I think we should always be able to ask questions.
So you're saying it does not allow, my understanding is, it does not allow, you still have to get the approval for the original high-capacity well.
I don't think that's the case. It's a comprehensive bill on permitting.
This is about if you have a high-capacity well, and I will clarify that because that's not the way the legislation wants it.
Well, it's certainly from the reading this morning with this article, and my understanding from what I've seen online, it basically takes away us as a society having the opportunity to take a closer look at something which might cause problems down the road, not just for a little neighborhood, but for an entire region. So I think it's very short-sighted to give somebody the opportunity to make a lot of money off of putting in a giant well, whether they're growing potatoes or they're selling bottled water to Nestle or they're making Coca-Cola or anything else. Why should one individual or corporation benefit at using something which is basically a public resource? I don't want to buy my air bottle. I don't want to buy my water bottle. I want the right for my whole neighborhood to do well. We all do well when we all do better. We do not all do better if singular corporations or individuals are allowed to benefit at the expense of their neighborhood. And we've had lots of fights right around here about sand mining and pollution of streams and things like that. I just think that it's crazy to make it illegal to have an environmental impact on does not make sense to me at all.